Live from beautiful Ohio, it's the OK Boomer podcast featuring siblings, the real Jean and Laura.
Hello. I'm Jean.
I'm Laura. Hi. We're here to encourage all you boomers, millennials, and everyone to be happily okay together.
Well,
good morning.
Yeah, I think you need a hug. Let me give you a hug.
Thank you, dear.
You can try that again.
Yeah,
Hello.
sorry.
Oh, I'm Jean.
And I'm Laura. And we are here to encourage all you boomers, millennials, and everyone to be happily okay together.
So I hope you're okay. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just my usual crazy running around doing way too many things in a 24-hour period. But I now have you. I have a cup of Cameron's Southern Pecan K-Cup coffee. So I'm hoping this all helps. I need to chat with you this morning. Chat. I think I said chat, but I meant chat.
Oh, you sound better already. Take another sip.
I'm going to.
And then, are you telling me about your week first?
I think I need to. My brain is a whirling dervish.
Let's sort you out.
Please do. Thank you, dear. And I honestly feel better already just hearing your voice. All right. Well, let's start with last weekend. We had some people over for what was going to be a lovely outdoor, socially distanced little party on the deck. Okay?
Yes.
You're with me. Fine. So my OH nicely went out. We said we're going to make it simple, so we got pizza. He brings the pizza home. We're waiting for one of the guests. That's fine because nobody wants to come and eat immediately. So I put the pizza in my oven, as I've done many a time. Gently put it in, turned on the oven to a very low 175. We're good. We're chatting.
Just like you've done before. No worries. You didn't even think this was a problem.
No, I'm chatting away with some of the guests, and I'm just trying to be the lovely hostess, and life is fine. I've done this a gazillion times. Until one of the guests said, Laura, I think there's flames inside your oven.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there were massive flames inside my oven. So I immediately turned the oven off and tried to get the boxes out, and there's this flame shooting everywhere. Yeah, obviously then this sets up. It took a while to get the flames off. Somebody suggested grabbing like a big pan to put over it. It was a little tricky.
Was everybody shrieking and screaming, or were you staying calm?
Well, the women were inside, a little shrieking. The men were out, so I tried to calmly say to my OH, we have a fire, would you mind coming in?
Raging in the oven, we have a fire.
Right, just FYI. So that's fine, except, of course, neither one of us thought that maybe we should just turn off our alarm. So then, of course, you have your security system calling. Oh. And I'm trying to explain, really, we're fine. It's just my normal oven fire. But no, then you hear the doorbell. And, of course, you've got the fire guy there.
Yeah.
You have a fireman at your door.
Yay for them.
Yay for them. Johnny on the spot. Bath Fire Department, thank you. But then you have to embarrassingly say, when they go, is everything all right, ma'am? And you have to say, yeah, it's just I burned my pizza.
Did you give them a piece? No.
It was pretty charred. The one piece was...
time? I mean, do you usually leave it in the box?
I always leave it in the box. Here's the problem.
Yes.
We had multiple people, so there's multiple boxes, which apparently were stacked too high. So the top box must have touched the coil. That's a delightful fire. Now, I would say, well, that's great, Laura. These things happen. Unfortunately, this is my third oven fire.
In as many days?
Pretty much. Yeah. I've done it definitely before with pizza years ago, and then I had another incident a while ago. So I'm susceptible to oven fires.
Like actual flames, not just your food getting dark or
Oh, heavens no. I mean, big flames that we couldn't get out. The whole box was just like a fire at your fireplace.
That actually could have been bad, Laura, right?
Yeah, I guess. Oh dear.
So what did you end up eating? So is this good entertainment for everyone? Something to laugh about or not?
Well, we hope so. The one girl's a vegetarian. We completely lost her vegetarian pizza. Gone. Right. I mean, gone. We tried to shake off the ashes, but she was so dear and delightful and polite about it. But yeah,
tried to shake off the ashes.
We were trying, and then the other one wasn't bad, but they all had like this awful ashy flavor. It was bad, and that was pretty much it because we were making life simple. We said just pizza.
Right. Yeah. So then your choice is what? Cereal?
Well, I did have like Cheetos, so that helps.
And you're such a wonderful hostess.
Oh, no, it was pretty bad. Luckily, the one gal had brought a homemade apple crisp, so that made us all feel better.
Oh.
So that was my entertaining incident. But to make myself feel better, I have to tell you, Jean, every once in a while I have to bring up a product. My latest product that I love is 7 Minerals Aloe Vera Gel.
7 Minerals Aloe Vera, did you say gel?
Gel. It's aloe gel, aloe vera gel. Now, again, we have no sponsors. I don't know why. I don't know why our phones aren't ringing off the hooks, but we have no sponsors. I'm just telling you, this is miracle gel. I had itchy, scaly skin in various places. This stuff works like a miracle. So, aloe vera gel.
I think I could use that. And as far as why our phone isn't ringing, it just occurred to me. We're very careful to turn off our do not disturb notifications on our phone. Maybe we're not turning them back on. Maybe people are actually trying to call us.
Oh, that might be it, Jean. I'm sure that's it.
Well, what a week you've had. Is there more?
I just have one other thing that
it's horrifyingly wonderful. It's horrifyingly.
This one is kind of a fun one, and I'm certain, because you're the smart sister, you will know this right off the bat.
No, you're the smart sister, actually, but okay.
Do you know what our Ohio state fruit is? A moment of silence.
Yes, our Ohio state fruit.
I just learned this last night by Mike Polk on Channel 3 News. Not News. He's so funny. Love this guy.
I suppose I can't say our governor. That I shouldn't say that.
Goodness sakes, no.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, what is it?
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
I am.
I've never known this before. Our indigenous Ohio state fruit is called the pawpaw. As in P-A-W.
Oh,
pawpaw.
My.
Like a dog.
Pawpaw. Isn't there like there's an old American song that has that in it? Way down yonder where the pawpaws grow or something like that?
Never heard of it.
I'll have to look that up.
Huh. Yeah. But anyway, that is our state fruit, and he ate it for the first time. It's very soft and mushy. You eat it with a spoon right out of the fruit. It's green, kind of looks like a mangled weird pear, but it tastes like various tropical fruits, like bananas and mangoes and pineapples all mixed into one.
Huh.
How have I never known this? I'm old.
I didn't know it at all. There's nothing about this. Wow, I have to try it, but don't put it in your oven.
Yeah, cute. So anyway.
Thank you for that. All right, maybe we can report on that for next time if we remember.
Yeah, we could each try it at the same time.
Yes.
Enough about me. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I really am. Thank you. You might be interested to know that right now I am wearing a dress. I decided to dress up for the podcast. We were talking about bizleisure. So wow. I'm wearing a dress.
Just for fun?
Yeah.
Good for you. Do you feel more professional wearing said dress.
I do, except I have my old slippers on and I got cold, so I had to put a hoodie on. But yes, technically, yes. And actually, I found this dress in the kind of the backish of my closet. It still had the tags on. I think I got it from a one of those fashion subscription boxes.
Oh, yes. Those are fun. Never done it, but they sound like
I
fun.
kind of want to do it again. I keep getting ads for, I guess Nordstrom's has one now. They're
Oh,
tempting me. So I have a dress on, and I wanted to correct something. You and I had chatted the other day, and I believe I said that Regal Cinemas were closed forever, but apparently no. They're hoping to reopen in the spring.
good. Because I thought I had heard that and I wasn't sure. And that is
Right.
reassuring news. Thank you.
Yeah, and would you go to the movies if it opened? I would.
I think I would. I could stay socially distanced. It's a big, tall ceiling. I think I could. Probably
Exactly.
safer than other places I've been.
And the popcorn, I could just put the whole popcorn box around, or jar or barrel, or around my mouth, right? I could kind of like put my whole face in the popcorn thing.
Of course you could.
That would be like, so I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been diving into the Netflix, and people
Yes.
online recommended Emily in Paris, which I started watching. It's very cute. It'll make you want to go to Paris. Every morning she goes to her, I guess it would be boulangerie or patisserie, and gets the pan au chocolat.
Oh, that sounds so good to me.
So that's been fun. And I also wanted to update you on something else, which is,
Yes.
remember last time I said I had a whole list of things I wanted to learn more about, like
Yes.
opera and math. Well, I haven't learned about them, but I did take some time to watch videos about magic tricks on YouTube.
Oh,
Magic tricks with coins to see. I thought, well, that was on my list. I'll look at that. But having watched it, I wasn't as, because they really just are tricks. They're sleight of hand tricks, and they're
Right.
cool. But then it just takes all the magic out of it.
it does, even though we know it's magic. Now, my son used to be quite into this when he was in high school. He was actually quite good.
That's what
So
I
I do know
remember. Yeah.
I remember a few of the tricks, but right, I think I'd almost rather just ignorance is bliss.
Exactly. So after watching him, I was like, oh yeah, right. It's just on the back of your hand there, but it's very good how they do it.
Well, I might have to tune into that
Yeah,
or dive
we
in.
could try.
I was impressed with your diving into Netflix. That sounds like such a millennial thing to say.
Oh, it's very fun. In fact, I heard on the Business Channel today, they were saying that Netflix right now really is synonymous with television. Netflix means television. So lots of good things. And then one thing is there's so many shows with long series that by the time I get to the end of the series, I could pretty much start over and watch it again.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
I have got to get with the times. I do feel like a boomer. I feel like a real old boomer because I don't do Netflix. I do the regular America's Got Talent. Dancing with the Stars is picked up. Yeah, I'm an old fogey.
Well, I'm
Fogey.
going to skip the rest of my week, which was busy because we're trying to get ready to go to Florida. I'm not skipping my week. I'm skipping telling you about my week. But
Please live out your
magically, I'm
week.
down to Sunday. But what you just said about being, which you're not, I don't think, but being like a boomer and maybe a tad stodgy, afraid to try this newfangled Netflix, reminded me so much of our main topic that I just want to dive in. Because
Please
you
do.
had the great idea that we should talk about daring and doing things that are daring. So maybe even watching Netflix would be daring for you.
For me, it actually would. For me to learn how to get the Netflix on my TV and not just stick with my little Spectrum cable would be huge in my daringness.
Yes. Now, it will take probably another remote.
Yeah, I know. See there. Yeah. Oh, you're making me get the willies right
You got to
now.
press that little QB thing, and yes. But let's just do that because I had a week filled with trying to get ready. So we've done all our appointments. We had doctor's appointments, vet appointments, car appointments, our credit card. We had a fraud thing. We're waiting for the new credit card to come. Let's forget all about that and inspire ourselves a little. So what were you thinking about with this topic of daring and being daring?
Well, let me tell you how it started, Jean. I'm in real estate, so I meet a lot of people. I have two that I'm working with now. They're just delightful. They are so much fun. It does not feel like work. It's just like meeting good friends and looking at houses and in the meantime. So God loved them, and they are maybe a little younger than me, but not much. They are both and met, I believe, parachuting, skydiving.
That's how they met?
And they just, I believe they did, yes. And they both skydived. He was a big skydiver. I believe she came to the airport where he works. Yes. And I thought, I don't have the guts to do that, which then got me thinking.
Just quick question again, because I think I daydreamed for a minute. How old did you say they were?
You daydreamed on our podcast.
I think I was thinking about skydiving. My brain kind of went away. How old did you say?
You're like a dog that got absorbed in a raccoon or something. All right. I would say maybe they're 2 to 3 years. She's probably a little younger. He's maybe 3 years younger than me. So they're not
right around 60. Right around 60.
No, I'm sure they're in their 50s.
Okay,
but she may even be her late 40s. I don't know. But still, we're not talking 20s, 30s.
Right. And they've done this for a while. I mean, this is a regular thing.
Yes. And they just treat it like they're going out to go square dancing.
Okay. Which would be daring for me. Square dancing would be daring for me.
Exactly. So this got me to thinking, because they just honestly act so nonchalant about jumping out of a plane, just floating to heaven knows what below you. I got to thinking, why am I not that daring? And was I more daring in my 20s, or now that I'm 60? Or what age has people who are more daring? Or is it just the person? Are you born daring or not?
Right. So let me interject. I'm with you now. I'm not daydreaming. I'm back with you. Let me interject. I happened to read an article, a blog post, exhorting boomers to be superheroes. That, right, we shouldn't give up and just sit meekly in a rocking chair. We should be superheroes and get out there and be daring and bold and try things and learn things. And no, I want to curl up in my rocker. I'm very happy to snuggle by my dog and spend my days doing that. But so that's my thought on it. I've never been daring. Not going to start now. I know one reason people say it's good for you is because you get your adrenaline flowing. You get that feeling like you can overcome, and something that was scaring you no longer scares you, and you feel powerful and motivated, and doesn't resonate at all with me.
Well, God love you. Now, I would say that's so interesting. Be a superhero. Because I've read a lot of things on aging with attitude, being fearless as you age, trying all kinds of new things. And to an extent, I want to. For example, I did run my first half marathon a year ago.
That was fantastic. Yeah.
I was in my sweet young 50s. Would I do it again? I don't know that I would, but it was a good experience. But I will say, after you do something like that, it does give you that shot in the arm of, I could do anything.
Yeah.
Even like, all right, let me throw
right,
out.
But I want to just clarify something. Sorry, clarification here. Yeah. I thought you were actually much closer to 60 when you did this. I'm sorry to go into your age, but like, good for you.
Well, I was a month away from turning 60. I was still in my 50s.
You were a month away. All right, but I think, I mean, that just shows how fantastic and fit you are. All right, so you dared to do that, and it did make you feel powerful.
Right. I have to say, I was on a little bitty high after that.
Little bit. And little bitty or big high?
A pretty big high. I said little bitty high, but probably a big high. So then the question is, what else can I do? Now, 3 years ago, I challenged myself to just try a brand new career, which was real estate. And here I am 3 years
Jumping
later.
out of airplanes. No.
Jumping out of airplanes, which I'm sorry, I love you, my clients, but no way. There are some things that just no way. Changing careers, you did somewhat the same. You started writing books.
Yes.
So that's daring. Now let me ask you a few more.
Okay, yes. Are you going to ask?
All right. Would you,
Dare.
and the OH and I discussed this, would you streak? If somebody said, I double dog dare you to streak at night around the block, would you?
Possibly. That makes me laugh. Possibly. Yeah, possibly.
But it would. Yeah, possibly I would. I wouldn't want my children to see me, but
okay, all right.
That is not a definite no. Now, assuming we were not in the COVID,
Right.
would you be dared to kiss a stranger? Like you're in the mall and somebody says, I dare you to kiss that guy over there.
I might do it in a bar. I don't know if I do it in a mall, but I might do it in a bar. I think it would go over better. People would understand you were being funny, but maybe I'm worried too much.
Yeah, like would you do it at a Starbucks line? I don't know.
Interesting. Would you?
If somebody dared me, I might quickly. It wouldn't be a long, prolonged kiss, but yeah.
But
I think I
okay, but not just okay. All right. What's next on your list? This is fun. All right.
Clearly not in the COVID.
No.
Would you? And for people who know Northeast Ohio, we go to a place called Lakeside, and Kelly's Island is 4 miles away. They used to do an annual swim where you had to swim 4 miles to the island. Would you do that?
I would. I always wanted to do that. I don't think I had the skill or the ability to swim that far, but yes, that really appeals to me. Yes.
There you go. If you could swim, or would you learn at this point in your life how to be a better swimmer to do this? Would this be something you would see as a goal?
I should think about that. Yes. I mean, I can swim, but that would be a distance. That would be like running a marathon. The same thing. That would be a big distance. Yeah, I should write that down. I will remember. I'm writing Kelly's Island down right now. All right. Well, this is fun.
Something a little simpler. Yeah. Would you turn your hair a crazy color? Now, my son, who is a morning DJ, he's kind of in the entertainment business. His hair is a fun, bright green right now. And I noticed on Dancing with the Stars, which I do watch, the one gal used to be a redhead. Now she's a blonde with pink streaks going through it. Would you just totally change your look? Specifically hair.
I mean, I could. That just really doesn't appeal to me. So it's more like I wouldn't be afraid to, but no, I don't think I want to do that.
See, this terrifies me. I realize I've had the same hair color and hairstyle for, I don't know, 50 years.
So you wouldn't.
That's pretty. That would be really daring for me. Really daring. All right. How about this one? I'll tell you right now, it's never happened. If somebody asked you to do a little speech, a little talk at a wedding for 300 guests, would you do that?
I would do it, and I would probably enjoy it.
Oh, but you're a better speaker. That to me would just be daring beyond. I might even jump out of an airplane versus doing that.
How about would you sing a solo? Would you sing?
No, I can't sing. I'd play the piano. I can't
play the
sing.
Piano.
No.
Yes.
No, not at all. What about crazy purchases? Like, would you just decide, assuming you had, finances that you were, we're totally insane. Would you just say, I'm going to buy the sports car that I always wanted?
Well, funny you should ask that, because I have been thinking of a purchase like that, sort of a once in a lifetime, something I've always dreamed of. And I would really love to own a grand piano. I've always wanted to own a grand piano. So yes, I would do that. I really would. In fact, I want to do that.
Well, then you should. So what is holding you back?
Well, I suppose all those. Well, I suppose it's okay. I'm getting a little deep here. I suppose it's those feelings of, oh, I don't really deserve to take that out of our family funds. Oh, I don't really deserve that. Oh, I don't need it, But I think I do deserve it.
I think you do too. And I think that for those of us in more the boomer age, what are we waiting for? And I think that's where articles that I've read show that some of us boomers, maybe not myself, are actually more daring than the millennials because we're at that point of we're fairly settled. We've had our kids. They're all pretty good. We don't have to worry about going back to a little baby that actually fully needs us 24 hours a day. So we can be a little more daring.
And try some things we've always wanted to try. I would really like to have a grand piano. At least as a step, I could get my current piano tuned. That would help. Exactly. That would be a good stepping stone for me. I'll get the piano tuned. Let me ask you. Oh, you know something? Here's something I would do. Let me see if you'll do it with me. Would you do this with me?
Yes.
Would you go on some kind of space travel?
Oh, would I go on to Mars or the moon, like a real serious, or just the space station?
Right, something I think that civilians could do. We wouldn't suddenly become astronauts, but something that. See, when I was a kid, I don't know about you, I just thought, sure, by this point in our lives, space travel would be pretty, familiar, pretty natural, something we'd all do. Maybe more like going to Europe. Like right now, we don't always just pop over to Europe, but we would go to Europe and not worry about it. I thought it's about the same thing. Like, would you fly to Australia or would you fly to the moon? But it's not the same thing.
Wouldn't it be great if we were at that point that we could just say, hey, Jean, just pack an overnight bag. We're going to zip to Mars
that'd
today.
Be wonderful. I would love to see the galaxy. I think that would really make us, this may sound kind of funny, but don't you think that would make you feel even closer to God? You're right up there in the universe that He spun the planets.
Yes. Well, I always feel closer to God when I sit outside at night and look up at the stars and the moon. And yes, imagine if you were actually out there in the galaxy.
Right, and looking back at Earth. I mean, look, what a view, looking back at Earth. I would love to do that.
Yes. All right. See, we are daring. We can do things. Just don't make me give a speech.
Right, and don't make
anything else that you've been tempted to do.
Don't make me, you said don't make you give a speech. Don't make me go down to the basement at night.
Oh, yeah, that requires a whole new kind of daring.
You got to run up those.
Why is that?
Run up the stairs fast, right?
It is terrifying. And this is slightly off the subject, but just thinking of basements and crawl spaces, I have noticed when I am showing houses to people, and I've been showing a lot of older homes lately, every time the client looks in or gets close to the darker area of the basement or a crawl space, without fail, guess what they do?
They cringe. They make some kind of thing like they don't want to go in there. They're
possibly, but they all start whispering. It's so funny. I just had this happen yesterday. We're talking away and we're looking at maybe water in the basement, full on voices. They get to the crawl space and suddenly they start whispering. It's just so funny.
So just, yes, that is just not appealing to us at all, is it? That's a cringe thing.
That is a cringe thing. Now, what about food? Would you eat, if somebody dared you to eat, I don't know, fish eyes?
Oh, yes. I feel like I'm very brave with food. I mean, maybe there's some, like, bugs and things. But I would say for the most part, I feel like I'm brave with food. Now, when I married my OH, God love him, he refused, and this was a while ago, but he had never eaten Chinese food, and he had never eaten Mexican food.
Well, now look at him. He does, doesn't he?
So I would say, I feel like I actually am pretty brave. There's not much that, I would have eaten the pizza with ash on it.
Exactly. I mean, I looked at her and put one on her plate, kind of like, it's only Ash. Apparently, she wasn't as daring. So, Jean, overall, I think we're pretty daring. Sort of.
But I'm glad we discussed this because, I mean, I've never been one to go on roller coasters. So I'm going to think about the piano. And which one are you thinking about?
Well, it's certainly not giving a speech. I'm thinking about maybe I need to go back out and try a full marathon.
Oh, yes, do that.
I'll
Do
keep
it
you
for
posted.
real, not all these virtual ones. I mean, do it. Wait till we can do for real. And you know what? I'm going to have to wave goodbye to you, aren't I? Oh my gosh. Yes.
No way. Really? Oh my gosh. That means I got to find my card with all the things I need to say. And I'm feeling so much better than when you first called me.
Oh goodness. Yay.
Yep. Feeling chipper. All right. Well, first off, we always like to thank Pat. Thank you, Pat, with Speak Up Talk Radio. She helps put these things together. I know I had a furnace guy in the house. Hopefully you guys didn't hear him. He was talking a little loudly. And you can reach us, contact us at contact@okboomerpod.com. If you want to see our bios and every episode we've ever done, you can go to okboomerpod.com. Twitter and Instagram, OK_boomerpod. And of course, we are on every platform out there.
We are.
I think we are. Name a platform we're not on.
I love it. And I love doing these podcasts.
I
love it. It's been so much fun. Well, we're still doing it, but we've really had fun. Yay! All right. I love you.
All right. And our next one, you might be in Florida.
Yes, we'll chat again when I'm in Florida. Love you. Love you.
We will. All right. Love you. Toodaloo.
Be sure to come back to beautiful Ohio and the OK Boomer podcast. To listen to previous episodes or to drop us a line, visit okboomerpod.com.